Hey there. Hi, welcome. I am Sari Kimball. I'm the creator of Food Business Success. And today on Unwrapped, we are talking about what to expect and if you are ready to level up your packaged food business. So I'm Sari Kimball. I am the creator of Food Business Success. I help people take a delicious idea out of their home kitchen and turn it into a profitable business. And whether your goal is to go to farmers markets or go on Amazon or online or retail store shelves, I got you. That is what I do. So today we are going to jump in. I'm just making sure my volumes work or my microphone's working. I think we're good. So welcome. This is going to be a great video for anyone who is thinking about starting or you want to get to the next level. So if you start at a farmer's market and you're like, okay, I've proven my product, I've proven the concept, I'm ready to go to the next level. I want to make this my main business. How do I turn this into my job, right? So many of you that I talk to, you want this to be your full-time job. You want to be an entrepreneur, and I love that. So I am here to help you figure that out. All right, so uh, let's just talk about a couple of the sales channels first. So wholesale is an option, right? So you're going to be making your product in a commercial kitchen, or you're going to have it manufactured for you through a co-packer. And definitely be sure to check out those co-packer videos if you are thinking about going that direction. We have lots more videos here on the Food Business Success YouTube channel. So wholesale is definitely one of the places you can go, and you can think about wholesale in kind of two ways. Food service would be like product to restaurants or cafes. It could be in bulk, or it could be in the smaller package products. Or you can go on to retail, right? And that could be grocery stores, it could be gift shops, butcher shops. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of what stores you could potentially take your product into. Of course, some products are going to be a great fit, and then some you're going to have to, might be more just straight grocery. The other options, of course, are online. And we know that online sales of grocery products, food products are huge, and the numbers are going up. And certainly with COVID, it really helped transition people more into an online space. And people like interesting things, and they're becoming more comfortable ordering food online. So maybe you want to take it directly onto e-commerce. Maybe you started your website, right? You started a Shopify and it was all exciting, and then your friends and family all bought, and now it's crickets, right? And you're like, okay, I need how do I get more people to buy my product directly? Or you want to take it and go onto a marketplace like Amazon, of course, being the largest marketplace, but there are other food marketplaces out there that are very tailored just to food. A lot of them kind of special diets, tribal diets, and that kind of thing. So that's what we're talking about here today is you have an idea, and maybe you're already at a farmer's market, or you're doing some small e-commerce, maybe you're doing cottage food, which is great, right? A lot of states let you start certain products out of your home kitchen. So maybe you're there, or you haven't actually started the product, but because of your product type, or maybe you don't want to go to farmers markets, you just want to start it and grow, like go big, right? Go on the retail store shelves, go onto Amazon, go bigger. So today we're really talking about retail and kind of big e-commerce. So we'll say Amazon just for that purpose. It doesn't mean that that's the only option out there, but for shorthand, we'll say Amazon. All right. So first, I just want to remind you that you are in a food business, and a packaged food business is a passion business. And by definition, a business does need to be taking money in, right? Like that is part of the definition of a business. If you are doing this and you're not making any money, it is a hobby, right? Not a business. And the IRS would also categorize it that way. However, I just want everyone to be realistic. I've had conversations recently with folks who are like, "Yeah, in 1 year, I want to be. This is replacing my $100,000 salary, right? And what I'm doing in my day job." And I'm just here to tell you that this is a tough business. The profit margins, that net profit margin is small. Typically, I see 3 to 15%. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, you pay all the things, including potentially a small salary for yourself, but nothing crazy. You are paying for labor and your cost of goods sold. But at the end of it all, you pay all the people and all the fees and all the things. We are talking about 3 to 15% margins. And it's low. For a lot of businesses, that would be considered very low. And part of it is because you have a product-based business, and part of it is because you're small. Like, you can't compete with, giant companies that can produce in such mass quantities. And you might be like, okay, well, that's fine. But if you think about, if you have 100K in sales, which is a lot for a lot of you, you're like, what? That's a lot of money, right? Like, gross sales. At the end of the day, that's like $3,000 to $15,000. Like, that's not a lot. So you see that you have to, like, it is a quantity over quality game to really bring home money. Now, that said, I have a lot of people who do make farmers markets a living. So there is something to be said around like that direct to consumer, especially like a farmer's market, maybe your small e-commerce. There's definitely higher margins there. But you have to hustle so much more, right? Like, the trade-off of time isn't always worth it for people when it comes to farmers markets. Um, and they just don't want to do that, right? A farmer's market is a one-to-one relationship, right? Versus a wholesale, which is like a one-to-many. So yes, your margins are definitely your gross or your net profit will be higher, but let's just say a little quick math here that you do $500 a week at a farmer's market, which is probably, for some people, that's on the very high end. Some people might be right about, correct. But that's $2,000 a month. So let's just say your margins, at the end of the day, are 25%. Well, $24,000 a year, that's only $6,000, right? So that's probably not enough to like retire you from other work. So I do know people who are in multiple markets and can make a great living, but it is a different kind of experience than doing retail, like wholesale and Amazon and things like that. So it's just a different experience. You just have to choose. But I just wanted to give you guys some numbers there. I'm going to take a quick sip. All right. So to really make this a big business, to go bigger, you are going to have to scale. And when you scale, your investment gets much larger, right? Both in capital and in time, kind of your output of resources of all kinds. So if you guys have heard me talk before in different videos or doing webinars and things, I always talk about scaling up as like a stair step. And when we're dealing with a food business, we have multiple stairs going up, right? So we have a stair step. Every time you scale up, so let's say you started at a farmer's market. Like, your cost, your investment to get started and start making cash flowing is pretty low, most likely, especially if you're starting out in cottage food. So you start small. And then every time you need to go to the next level, or you want to go to the next level, it's going to require more investment on your part. And each time you do this, I have a podcast about, what's your why? Like, you need to have a really compelling why if you're going to continually make these investments. Do you want to be an entrepreneur, a business person, in addition to making your product? Because I know I talk with so many of you guys, and you love wearing the chef hat in your business, but I help you with the business hat. That's what I do inside Food Business Success, or if you work with me in coaching to scale up your business. So as we scale up, every time we go up a stair step, so you go from farmers market to maybe you're going into small wholesale or small e-commerce. Now we can't be in cottage food anymore. We're going to need to be in a commercial kitchen. We're going to need to start scaling up recipes, start making larger batches, being more efficient with our cost of goods sold and our time, right? So every time you scale up, so if you want to go big, it's going to require a bigger investment. So we're going to start seeing those investments go up. And I always like to say, like, you can't, like, you can probably raise a couple grand, right? 5 grand, something like that, from friends and family. And I mean, I've had people do credit cards, I've had people borrow from their 401k. Like, you can kind of get those early stage going on your own, but typically, for most of us, there's no emergency $50,000, right? There's no emergency $250,000. So every time you're scaling up, you're definitely going to have to be planning much farther in advance. You're going to have to be really committed to this next level of growth and what it's going to really take. And so I just want to tell you that you are going to have to start making larger investments, and you're going to have to invest in helping inside your business, as well as like services like mine, potentially outside services to improve your product, your branding, to improve your cost of goods sold. Again, I have 4 videos here on this channel all about cost of goods sold, how to make those better. But this is how you win at the scaling up, the bigger food business. Like I said, this is about a quantity over a quality relationship. And I was on a call with somebody interested in working with me yesterday. And he's like, I need to do my numbers to understand what it's going to cost me and what the potential return on investment is. So this is really where the rubber meets the road, right? And are you willing to go and put, $25,000 down, $50,000 down? Are you willing to bet on yourself to go all in? And if the answer is no, like, that's totally fine. I would rather that you answer that now and save yourself a lot of heartache and time and money. But if the answer is yes, then let's go, right? Let's talk about what you're going to need to invest in and what that looks like. I just want you to start asking yourself those questions about what are my why? Why am I doing this? And am I willing to step out of my comfort zone and what I know and get help, right? From people helping me inside my business, from consultants or contractors. Like, you need to start putting together a team for your business. It's super important. All big businesses have teams, whether they're internal teams or external, but you cannot do this on your own. And I wouldn't want to do it on my own if it were me, ever. So probably the biggest investment in your branding and marketing is in your branding and marketing. So many of you, I love it. You guys start small, which I highly recommend. If you can start at a farmer's market, you're like just getting the basic packaging going. You're doing the MVP, the minimum viable product, and you're testing the market out there. But this should be one of your first investments to start working with a team to create amazing branding and marketing for you. So I actually postponed the podcast, but coming out on Tuesday, if you're watching this live, next Tuesday, there'll be a podcast about a kind of a group of us coming together called CPG VIP, and we're going to be offering this amazing package. If you're not watching this live, then it's already up, and you can go to cpgvip.net, and we'll put the links down in the description too. But you really, so I wish I should have grabbed their old packaging, but basically it was just like a stand-up pouch that was the craft paper, right, with an Avery label on it. And so you can see here in the background the better than provisions. So that is a great example of going to that next level, right? Like taking your product from a farmer's market business, some small wholesale, and taking it to the next level. You're gonna just feel so much more confident in your product. And the thing is that when you start going into wholesale, when you're going on Amazon or you're going onto retail store shelves, you really need a product to speak for you. You can no longer talk about your product with every person that comes up, of course. So your product really needs to drive the 3 C's that I talk about. And that is to captivate your customer, right? You want them to be like, ooh, here, I'll just do it right now, right? Like you want them to be like, oh, what is this? This is so beautiful, right? This is so interesting. I want to know more about this product. And then they're turning it around, right? And they're reading about it. So that's captivating. Then when they read more about it and they, all this beautiful marketing text and they're learning about it, that is connecting with your customer. And then we need to convert it, right? To get it in their shopping cart. And the only way you're going to do that successfully online, on digital shelves or on retail shelves, is by having really well done packaging that's going to stand out for you. So if this is something that you are interested in, I want you to definitely go check out cpgvip.net. Like I said, it's actually technically not live yet, although I'm sure it'll go live. You'll see it. But if you're watching this after today, next week, it'll be up live. And it's an amazing, amazing program. I'm so proud of it. You're going to get so much value from it. So you're basically hiring a CPG team, your own team, to come in and help you with the branding and marketing. All right. So you're definitely going to need here's some things to be aware of for investing. So I just want to give you guys some like hard facts, things that you can put in your pocket and be like, all right, let me just think about that, right? Is this what I want to do, right? I'm just trying to give you guys all the information so you can make good decisions. I like to say it's not drama, it's just math. Like, let's just do the numbers, let's understand the facts and take the drama out of it. If you believe in your business, if you want to do this, you will find a way. I promise you can find a way. I just got an email today from a group that's, giving out amazing loans at like huge loans at a really low interest rate for minority owned businesses, right? Like there are grants, there is money out there. There are pitch competitions, there are crowdsourcing. There are ways to raise this money if you really have a compelling why. But here is what to expect. So if you're going onto grocery shelves, you are definitely going to need to invest in your packaging, your branding and marketing, of course. Depending on your product, you might need to get displays. So you can see the cookies behind me there. They come in what's called a caddy. So it's going to be a box that then part of it rips off. And so that's an additional expense, right? And you've got to get a lot of those printed. You might want to do shelf talkers. You're going to be investing a lot of money in promotions. You go to grocery store shelves, you got to support them, right? With sales. You might need to do demos if you can do those to help drive awareness. You might need to do ads on social media. You need to be ready for distribution and going, as you scale up, you go into bigger stores and you start going from a handful of regional stores to statewide to national, or, larger regions and national. Um, Distribution is so key, right? Having somebody to pick up and deliver your product. Like, it's always the last mile that is one of the biggest challenges. But for distribution, obviously you're going to have to pay them. So your cost of goods sold has to be so much better, right? Like, you have to be bringing down your prices internally so that you're getting better margins. But things like brokers, salespeople, delivery, bookkeeping, you got to get all of that ready for distribution. Samples can be a very large cost for people. Definitely, like other marketing, swag, t-shirts, hats, things like that. Going to food shows might be an expense. Well, it is an expense, depending on where you want to go. Food shows are definitely the way to go. And then things like memberships. Sorry, something just got in my eye. Memberships, networking organizations, right? Being a part of, a Naturally Boulder or Naturally Austin or other groups like that, or Specialty Food Association. So finding other CPG networking groups, you're going to have to spend time in those. And you might want to hire somebody like myself who can help you get to the next level. I do coaching now. I offer a business coaching program that is for people who already have a product, and we're going to get to the next level, wherever you want to go in your business. So if you want a number, now there's so many variables in there, but people are always like, tell me a number. It's so going to be product dependent, right? If this is a meat product, it's going to be way different than a granola. But I would say for kind of most like similar kind of normal products, non-meat products, I would plan on probably 30K to start that next process. And I always say, like, there's going to be more investments coming, but at least that's going to like get you that next level, right? Get you the product rebranded, great packaging, get you the displays if you need them, kind of get the engine moving, so that you can actually start this next phase of your business. If you want to go on Amazon, some things you're going to have to invest in. I definitely suggest investing in some setup help. I know you can do it on your own, and I've had people do it on their own successfully, and I've had people do it where their account gets frozen, or blocked or deleted. I've had people do it and then they have no idea what they're doing, and they're like, yeah, I'm paying the fee for Amazon, but nothing's happening, right? Because you need to, first of all, set it up correctly, have all the SEO, have everything working so people can easily find you. And then your biggest expense is going to be your ad sponsorships. So unfortunately, right, Amazon is not, if you don't pay to play, you are not showing up, on any early pages. So you could be on page 24, but people aren't going to go and search that far back for your granola, right? So there's going to be some promotions that you're going to have to pay for. Typically, I book $2,000 to $3,000 a month for promotions, for your Amazon business. You're going to need great e-commerce photos as well as lifestyle photos, right? People enjoying your product. We're seeing more and more video going up on Amazon, and you're going to have to invest in some packaging. You want it to be, people are going to be paying a premium for your product. This is not inexpensive seasonings or, inexpensive sauces or granolas or all the things behind me, right? The cookies. You guys are competing usually as a premium product because you can't compete on price. So you're probably going to want to invest a little bit more in packaging. So the investment level, I would say, for if you're just going to Amazon, is you would need it in the first 3 months. I would say 20 to 25K is what I would expect in that area. And that would include, both those include some time, working with somebody like myself as well to help you in this process. So I think that's what I have for you guys today. You're welcome to type in any questions if you have them. We've had a great turnout here. It's been fun to see people joining and learning more about this. This is one of those forks in the road, right? Like, I know how much you guys love your product and you love love making it for people, and the joy that people get when they taste your food, and you feel so much significance and joy that comes out of the enjoyment of your food. And so it seems so natural, right? Like, yeah, of course, let's just turn this into a business. And I'm all like, it's fine to do that. And if you love doing it on a small scale and that works for you, keep doing it. Absolutely. You enjoy going to farmers markets, you enjoy having some small e-commerce. I'm all in, right? It's so not a problem. But I have a lot of people who are like, I either want to start there or like, I don't want to do that. I want to launch big. I want to go bigger to start. I really want to make this a business. And that's that piece that I mentioned already, right? Like, which hat do you want to wear? If you just want to wear the chef hat, that's fine. Like, make it a hobby business. Take in some, do special orders for people. There's ways to do it, right? And have it be fun. And I'm not saying not having a business. Having a business can absolutely be fun. That is actually one of my top missions to do with people is, let's make this fun. Because so many people are like, burned out, right? Like, I talk with them, they've already been doing 2 years of farmers markets and they are burned out. And they're like, I got to grow this or I got to get out. Like, I got to scale it. I need to be paying myself more. I got to make this worth my while. And so one of the things that I feel like I really bring to the table is like, we're going to have fun with this. I want you to have the business that you dreamed about, right? The one that was fun and give you freedom, and you get to do what you love and the passion. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to help you with, is to create a business you love. And this is the decision point, right? If you are at that place, then this is the place in the fork in the road where you say, I'm either going to get out, because you have a 3 forks, but you can get out, you can keep doing what you're doing. And if you're good with it, awesome. Or you can decide, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to figure out this investment piece. I'm going to find the right team. I'm going to work with Sari and her team. And we are going to make this happen. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to put on my CEO hat, my business hat, right? And I'm going to step into being a CEO, to being a business owner. And I'm going to make those investments. And I know it's super scary. And so I always like say, like, work through it, right? What is the worst that can happen? And write it down. And a lot of times our brains make it seem way scarier than it really is. But it's not for everyone. And entrepreneurship is a gladiator sport, as my coach likes to say. So are you in this? Are you in the arena? Are you going to go all in, or is it time to, make some other decisions? So I hope that was really helpful for you guys to just kind of get an overview. Like I said, I've been talking with quite a few people, talking about working with me and sharing their story. And it's like, there's been a theme lately. So I thought I would come over to Unwrapped and talk about it here. This is where I help you with bite-sized answers to your packaged food business questions. So I hope this was really helpful. You guys can please like this video. Please subscribe to Food Business Success. Leave a comment. I would love for you to leave a comment. Let me know what your business is. We'll definitely go follow you if you give us your social media handle. I'll give you a shout out. Come join the private Facebook group. We're having great conversations over there. Or come join me inside Food Business Success. That is the place that you want to go if you have an idea and you want to get it out of your home kitchen and create a big business that you love, right? That's what we're here to do. All right, guys, thanks for hanging in with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been really fun. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.